Hi, Candace, David. I was I was meditating further on the uh, the wars that America's dealt with. I guess let's just call it the fights and the wars that we've dealt with over the last 31 years. Many of them may have not have been the right fight, and perhaps that's what contributed to the terrorist attacks on 9/11. And so it's important, not only individually, as individuals, that we decide when we're young to fight only the good fight and not the bad fight or the wrong fight or the wicked fight or the evil fight or the stupid fight. And the scriptures are the authorities on the subject of what types of fights we should be fighting. And so scriptures teach us to fight the good fight, and they condemn all wickedness and all evil and all the negative things and all the negative, evil, wicked wars and so forth. And so America's got a lot of this compounded misery, which has come because of perhaps inferior or lesser laws, which come from men of perhaps good intentions, but they may lack proper inspiration, and they may lack proper ability to proper expression, proper ways to express what's right from what's wrong, what's good from what's bad, and so forth. And so I dealt with a lot of that misery that was associated with that, because after I killed Osama bin Laden online, I got very sick, and it took me a long time to feel better. And actually I still deal with a lot of the consequences of it. But in retrospect, we still have all of the wars from the last 31 years that were added, that compounded the misery and the bitterness and the sourness of what I experienced. And I got hauled off to jail, and you guys have probably seen me here and there, or on video, or maybe you've seen me at the senior center over here in Chino, or at the library, or the different places I've been as I've been in and out of jail for the last little bit. And I'm still dealing with some of the effects of that, and I'm still striving to make improvements and adjustments in my life. But part of fighting the good fight is holding those who have fought the wrong fight and the bad fight and the wicked fight and the evil fight and the stupid fight accountable for the stupidity. So we've got Bush law, we've got two Bush's laws, we've got Clinton law, and we've got Obama law, and currently we've got Trump law. And we can hold those men accountable. They're there. They're serving the people, and we can ask them questions, right? And we can say, well, why do we as Americans have to suffer all the misery that's associated with all these wrong wars, unconstitutional wars? And how do we get ourselves on track so that we're fighting the good fight? And how do you fight a constitutional war? And how do we learn how to do all of that? Those are things that Heartbeat City can and will consider. As we put together our amusement and entertainment, we'll look for ways to help America to help itself. I can't go back and change the last 31 years of American history, and I can't change what I experienced personally in regards to American history, but I can accept it, and I can deal with it, and then I can strive to make Heartbeat City an influence for good, and arm God's family with righteousness, and teach God's family how to fight the good fight, and not the bad fight, not the wrong fight, not the stupid fight, not the wicked fight, or the evil fight. And that's what I plan on doing for the rest of my life. But I'll do it on Enoch's timeline. which is, again, 360 years into the future. And we'll take our time with it so that it's done right, and so that God's family doesn't have to suffer in so much misery and have so many loss of lives, so many lives lost and so forth, in the wrong fights and in the wrong wars. And so, some of those wars, I think, years in the future, when we're all dead and gone, may go down in history as modern day Vietnam type wars that perhaps maybe ought not to have ever been fought, but for whatever reasons, America has fought them nonetheless. And some of those fights that perhaps never should have been fought in the first place, they make it's just that much more sad. And wars that should have never been warred, it makes those types of wars even more sad. And so in the Messiah's laws, the Messiah says he'll fight our fights for us. And so all that we have to do is learn to live God's laws, keep all of his laws and commandments, and he's promised that he'll fight our fights for us. So I want to get that on record, and I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.